Oh god, okay, right, it's fine. It's not actually an important pic. Oh shit, okay, look, at least it's not, like, worth a huge amount of money. Okay, alright, well, I mean, nobody's here to find what the fuck's going on around here. Yo guys, it is your boy Niran here, and you are watching FTW. This of course is the series where I bring to you the best and more frequently the worst of what football has to offer during the last 7 days. But what's been kicking off in the world this week? Well, American superstar Kim Kardashian had some advice for us all, saying that no one really wants to put any effort in these days, and that people need to get off their fucking asses and work.
I have the best advice for women in business. Get your
we all
fucking
have the
ass up
same
and
24
work.
hours in a day. It's not
It seems
correct.
like
And I'm like,
nobody wants
Oh
to
my
work
god,
at the
please,
same time.
just
That's
stop
true.
talking. 1, be born into a rich family, and then 2, 60. If you're getting motivated by a woman who named her kid after her direction, then I don't know for you. Northwest doesn't know if she's a kid or a compass, for crying out loud. I just thought, honestly, if you say stuff like this, then you're so detached from reality. In fairness, she has done a lot of work to her overall appearance. On to the football though now, and it's been a big week in the Premier League title race and top 4 battle. We'll start with a top 4 race, as Manchester United beat Tottenham to effectively knock Spurs out of the race entirely.
To suffer.
NFL legend Tom Brady was in attendance to watch Cristiano Ronaldo score a hat-trick as United won 3-2. And within a day, Brady had announced that he was unretiring from American football. The guy saw Scott McTominay play a 90 minutes and said, look, if he's a professional, it was an unbelievable clutch performance in fairness here, featuring a screamer from Cristiano Ronaldo.
To Ronaldo! It's spectacular!
And it broke the all-time world goal-scoring record. Got live scenes here of FIFA's receptionist seeing Pele walk into the office.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Look, man, you can't claim goals scored by Graziano Pele, mate. Why am I even here? Cristiano Jr. is going to be gassed knowing that he's not got to do 2,500 push-ups tonight. And Big Ron had to bail out Maguire in this one, who, with an own goal, brought Tottenham back level at 2-2. He's not even a kitchen appliance of any kind, is he? He's this thing, a nut milk and juicer. What? Hang on a second. Whose nut is being milked here? What I'm trying to say is Tottenham had to include him on their team sheet. And they might as well have put Marcus Rashford on there as well, given he's tackling his own players. Christian Romero laughed in El Slabo's face after the United defender's own goal. It's a shithousery award again and then lost his man for Cristiano Ronaldo's winner. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to rescind that one, son. Paul Pogba arrived with an English teacher whose students have caused a mental breakdown levels of baldness.
Do I look happy?
Yeah, you can.
I just can't help but feel he's blinding the other players out there. Overall, though, Tottenham, you're useless. At least they've still got a chance of finishing in the top 4 of the bottom half of the table. So you then imagine that Manchester United could carry on this momentum. United, lads, I'm trying my hardest out here, come on. Mate, if I'm a fan of these lot and I'm paying a £40 Sky bill for this, I'm getting free view. Luke Shaw doesn't look like the kind of man to pay his TV licence, so why should I? You're under arrest for crimes against defending and also not having a TV licence. Atletico Madrid dumped Manchester United out of the Champions League after grinding out a 1-0 victory at Old Trafford.
Get out, Man United, get out!
Diego Simeone was pleased to say the least. Now, you know what? Honestly, United weren't actually that bad. This was just a typical Atletico display. They forced some good saves out of Jan Oblak. His nose landed somewhere in Seville, but he got the job done.
And this, frankly, is a gimme. Oh! 158 kilometers per hour!
Honestly, Fred might well have found his provisional driver's license. He is actually Brazilian, finally. The thing for United is, first of all, the referee was stinky here. He wanted to be the star of the show. It's one thing I've noticed about him recently. He's been, like, really sensitive, especially when he feels like he's not number 1. How is this guy still taking corners, man? You've got to beat the first man. What, you trying to say that guy defending the corner's the first man and that I'm not? I'm not even playing. You're not a footballer. What are you talking about? On top of that, though, and there were some individual poor performances, they allowed Atletico to get their first result versus Cristiano Ronaldo since 1993. Bruno Fernandes was missing in a big game once again. Breaking news here, police are reporting a missing persons by the name Bruno Fernandes. It's been a poor day at the office for Bruno, as he provided the second worst ghosting of the week, behind Kanye's most recent Facebook friend requests. And look, he's been a scapegoat for parts of this season, to be honest with you, but Harry Maguire again.
Well-known discussion point in football that Harry Maguire has a big head.
This is what commentators will say when you've got the head shape of a tumble dryer. Diego Simeone was straight down the tunnel early after the victory. Turns out United fans can't hit the target either. Atletico tweeted out saying that Old Trafford was the place that dreams come true. It's a shithousery award for the reigning La Liga champions. Meanwhile, Ronaldo and Messi are both out of the Champions League before the quarterfinals again. They can still scrap each other over GOAT status, but it just doesn't really hit the same anymore.
I'm a bastard. I'll break your neck. Me? Oh, God. Fuck you, idiot. Come on, fuck your father.
Now, back in the Premier League and in the race for the title, Manchester City slipped up against Crystal Palace after being held to a goalless draw by Patrick Vieira's men. This was a battle of the balls. No hair conditioner was in sight, bro. The scoreline physically represents their heads. On a serious level, the stats in this one, absolutely wild. I don't understand how Man City didn't win.
You don't seem that happy.
Erling Haaland must be gassed at the prospect of all this service. Palace just turned into a different beast altogether when any title race is involved whatsoever. I've always loved them. Honestly, nah, I swear. Meanwhile, Bernardo Silva was getting some unique treatment from Man City fans in the week.
I'm the biggest fan.
Finally, Liverpool aren't the only thing on his mind. This man's lips are as well. And City's draw gave Liverpool the perfect opportunity to gain even more ground on them, which we took, first of all, with a win against Brighton, despite Robert Sanchez attempting to decapitate Luis Diaz.
Don't like you, your own watch don't like you. If you don't like us.
And then with a 2-0 victory over Arsenal at the Emirates. Finally, lads, there's not going to be any more croquet at all, I'm telling you now. Oh, heavens, what a quite terrible development. The weather in this one was absolutely diabolical.
We mustn't forget that it's been raining.
Diogo Jota and Roberto Firmino were on the score sheet again against Arsenal. There's nothing false about Firmino's 9 when he sets foot into an Arsenal game. He knows what's going down when he walks into the Emirates.
I'm leaving here with something. I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
The Liverpool squad were actually seen just walking out and about in the middle of Hackney before the game started. This is how Chelsea actually arrived to the Lille game in the Champions League. You just know an Arsenal fan on the street saw Mo and was primed and ready to come in with a... To be honest, we were quite fortunate in this one. Despite not creating too many clear-cut chances, Arsenal were easily the better side until we scored the first goal. And he's my boy, but Trent versus Martinelli.
He got cooked.
This kid is the future, honestly. He had all of us on strings for the first 45. Chelsea are through to the Champions League quarterfinals with a 4-1 aggregate win over Lille. Not a bad performance to say they had to Boris bike to the venue. I'm gonna be totally honest, Chelsea are just very clinical in the way they do things sometimes. So there's not a huge amount to say about their Champions League adventures other than they're just quite good. But in the Premier League, and their fans have been pretty busy off the pitch, leaving bad reviews of 3 UK because they tried to pull their shirt sponsorship. Fans have been physically putting tape over the sponsor on their own kits. I say they had a new one on top. And apparently Roman Abramovich visited a Chelsea player this week to convince them not to leave the club. He got to the front door, realised it was Romelu Lukaku and said, actually, you know what? You do your thing, bro. And there was a controversial result for the Blues in the league after a 1-0 win against the resilient Newcastle. Kai Havertz scored a delightful late goal, but outrage came in the form of a penalty not given to Newcastle despite a pretty blatant Chalobah foul. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not one to talk here, but this is a shambles of a decision. Yeah, nah, play on. Did the UK put sanctions on VAR as well? The VAR room satellite dish must have come off during Storm Eunice. The linesman's flag is looking very, very different indeed. Isaac Hayden wasn't too impressed with his tweet suggesting that Newcastle were playing against 12 men today. Meanwhile, Antonio Rudiger, he wasn't distracted by all of that stuff. Leeds scored a dramatic last-minute winner against relegation rivals Norwich after the Canaries thought they themselves had secured a late draw.
Rafinha's in. Rafinha goes round the keeper, but he's taking it. Gellert! Scores for Leeds United!
It's a good job Marcelo Bielsa was sacked. His knees would have imploded at the sight of this drama. Wolves beat Watford convincingly, with a Ben Foster howler helping them on their way. Wolves tweeted about it, suggested he wouldn't want to see it back on his GoPro. The footage isn't going to be that flattering for Ben, really. There's great news for Brentford midfielder Christian Eriksen, who has returned to the Denmark squad for the first time since that extremely scary afternoon during Euro 2020. Another man I'm happy for is Andrei Yarmolenko, who scored for West Ham this week. More than just a goal, given what's going on in his homeland right now. So happy for him. Thiago Silva was taking no prisoners in training with this no-look nutmeg. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, get back to where you belong, son. One Everton fan is seemingly stressed out by what's going on at the club right now.
That bad, lad. I'm lighting this ciggy up now, hoping to get kicked out.
The thing is, as well, he's only 32. Mate, I'd be trying to get banned as well if my team had more court appearances than wins this year. Meanwhile, there's the incredible development that when Chris Wood says touch wood, he puts his hand on himself.
You're yet to lose a game in a Newcastle shirt. Does that one...
Touch wood.
Touch wood. Does that one...
Over in France, and the backlash from Paris Saint-Germain's Champions League capitulation is continuing, with supporters actively booing certain squad members, including Lionel Messi and Neymar. Neymar scored against Bordeaux here and was still booed. To be honest, I think the fans just saw Lionel Messi's fit here and knew it wasn't acceptable. Everyone's getting grief. The physio could come on and get booed. Lads, I'm trying to do my job here. Graffiti was found at the club's training complex. It seems a little bit targeted to me. The players have had enough of the fans, of the situation, and of each other at this stage.
Society moving tonight. No such thing.
Gini Wijnaldum's trying to grab the last free merch he can before getting sold in the summer. And Maurizio Pochettino is confirmed to be leaving soon too. Antonio Conte's apparently on a shortlist for the job. He'd honestly end it all after 30 minutes in that dressing room. But is this condemnation from the fans deserved? I mean, there was a clear lack of effort against Real. The front three were sat having a picnic. In my opinion, I think PSG fans are pretty spoiled, really. But I do understand their frustrations. They should have won a Champions League by now. But it's fair to say Leo himself was not impressed by the booing. Over at Monaco, and Sofiane Diop has provided the most disrespectful nutmeg in history. I'd have to quit football, move to the rainforest and start a rural tribe if this happened to be. And in Ligue 2, a game between Nancy and Amiens had to be delayed after fans took flares, fireworks and agricultural bombs to the game. How would you take agricultural bombs into a football match?
Oh, we all like a bad boy though, don't we?
Yeah, not a fucking terrorist, though, Chris.
Over in Spain, and Barcelona are enjoying an upturn of form out on the pitch. They're up into third in the league and on a really good run, with fans in the crowd wearing this. I'm afraid we gotta get them out of there. Nabil Fekir got one of the weirdest red cards you're gonna see this season. After showboating with a few kick-ups and receiving the ball back again, he was brought down and then had his beard pulled by Iker Muniain. Wait, you got your nose. Hey, give it back, you dickhead.
Hey, yo, I'm glad we came out today. This theatre's kind of sick. It's like, I'm not even gonna lie to you right now.
Oh, God. Over in Italy, and Napoli striker Victor Osimhen celebrated by taking this off a cameraman. But what's he seen in the crowd there? Well, it has been a pretty bad day at the office for Juventus. At least they can take comfort in knowing Marca thought they were going to get through. So much so they had to Photoshop Villarreal's badge over the top of Juventus's one. But on to your goals of the week now. We've got two very obscure ones. First of all, for Hugang United, and in the 89th minute, they're ready to step up and take kickoff. Andre Moritz steps up to take everybody by surprise and grab the winner in their Singaporean league game. And over in Slovenia, we've got probably the best free kick you're going to see for quite some time. Meanwhile, in Russia, and Spartak Moscow winger Quincy Promes has been suspected of being involved in drug trafficking. The guy's got more cases than airport security. Hello all, and welcome to The Beautiful Game, the segment where we take a look at the poetic and brilliant side of the game that we love. We are back by popular demand for yet more glorious beauty. And that concludes The Beautiful Game. Closer to home, and Bristol City's Riley Towler had very interesting opinions on the internet's favourite question right now.
In the entire world, are there more doors or more wheels?
Gotta be doors on it. Yeah, it's gotta be doors. Look, door there. But I'm looking around now, and there's a few wheels as well.
What about, like, when you get a drawer, there's wheels in the drawer?
Yeah, that's true. But then looking around now, doors. There's doors everywhere. Doors there, doors over there.
Toy cars.
Yeah, but there's doors on toy cars.
They don't open, they don't count.
Still a door though, isn't it?
Is it a door if it doesn't open?
Well, one of my doors don't open, it was still a door, so.
At Barrow, and after one opposition fan was having a go at one of their midfielders' man buns, the club admin replied suggesting this guy's never going to be able to grow a man bun because his hair's thinning too much. It's a shithousery award for the League 2 side. Nah, seriously, this series might have to go. I don't know if I can. At Dundee, and one fan was looking for the toilet when he accidentally stumbled into the club dressing room. There's the news that Andre Kudela will not be appealing the 10-match ban that he was given after racially abusing Glenn Kamara last year, so he is gonna have to serve it because he actually did it. In Ghana, and we've got a linesman going on an adventure here. Mate, the right back could give him an overlap in that position. In Thailand now, and for Bangkok FC, we've got a footballer who had his contract terminated after dishing out a people's elbow to the opposition. About having his contract terminated, he's terminated this guy's eye socket. I guess he really puts the bang in bang. Look, listen, I hadn't even finished the joke. Who let the PSG fans in? Over in the MLS, and we've got Arne Traustason making the most of the weather conditions. One student has the name Cristiano Ronaldo in Brazil, and this is what happens when his name's read out on the register.
Ariane. Cecília. Cristiano Ronaldo. Emmanuel.
Staying in South America, and you'd imagine all managers have pretty good technique on the ball. Think again. Thank fuck no one saw that, am I right? We've got a new way to get out of being involved in a kiss cam. Just kiss your club's badge on your shirt instead. Elsewhere, and we've got an attacker here being tackled by a drone after pulling off some good skill as well. I mean, this camera's got a better tackle ratio than Harry Maguire here. Having not won in 7, Hungarian side Fehervar, definitely butchered the name, are really struggling. And their fans brought a banner to their most recent game with a quote saying, "I see potential in this team," said by Stevie Wonder. Over in Mexico's most recent under-20 women's game, and their goalkeeper's not gonna want to remember this one anytime soon. And in Ecuador, the 4th official here is, I mean, he's not having a great afternoon with a seemingly broken subboard. Fuck it, mate, on you go. I don't care anymore. Now that it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for, because over in Romania, we're back in this beautiful nation after a little bit of a break for some traditionally unorganized Romanian antics. Down in the 2nd tier, and Poli Yazi had a message for the ongoing conflict in nearby Ukraine. They wanted to say stop war, but instead, I mean, yeah, they kind of got it the wrong way. Over in Brazil, and you've got to put everything on the line over there, including your own consciousness as a defender.
You've got to fucking die to get 3 points!
In Mexico, and these pitch invaders are just getting ever more extravagant. Over in Oceania, and Vanuatu played Fiji in an international game this week. They provided probably some of the greatest football you're ever likely to see. And it's a pretty similar story over in Rwanda.
Breathtakingly brilliant.
Look, if you don't think you can tip the ball over the bar, just please don't even try. And elsewhere, if you think the man you've just tackled has dived, then there really is only one way to deal with it. If you can't beat him, join him. Now that it's time for Still 0-0, and you guys know the score by now, it's the segment of the show where it brings you the best of Sunday League and amateur football. And this time, we got 2 stories for you. First of all, we got some serious mixed messages on the touchline, suggesting that we stand with Ukraine, but also banning standing. I mean, which one is it, lads? Meanwhile, up near Manchester, and West Tidsbury had a dramatic afternoon in their most recent game, winning 18-0 in the 10th tier of English football. On to the weird stuff, though, now. Over in Japan, and Kazuyoshi Mayura made his debut for Suzuka Point Getters this week, aged 55 years old. This man is still playing. I mean, I think it's the 4th tier of Japanese football now, but he's 55. Go on, Kazuyoshi, lad. A Brazilian side by the name of Tuntum have announced a sponsorship or partnership even with Netflix, because the name of the club sounds like the sound effect that plays when you go on Netflix. over in Argentina, and there were shocking scenes as a linesman was hit by a flare and had to be rushed to hospital afterwards. Thankfully he's okay, but did have to be treated for a gash on his arm and burns as well. And finally, we witnessed a world record in a length of penalty shootout in a game between Washington FC and Bedlington Terriers, where 54 spot kicks were needed to separate the two sides. This means there were more penalties taken than fans in the crowd. That though is gonna wrap up football this week, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then feel free to slap a like on the video, and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @officialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.